Hello everybody, how do you do? I'm Rani. Today I would like to tell you about plant movements. I'm going to divide this talk into two parts. First is about what is plant movements, and then I'll go on to the types of plant movements. I will start by what is plant movements. The larger and more complex plants are fixed in position, but many of their parts or organs carry on several kinds of movements. These movements are commonly overlooked because they are too slow to be detected by ordinary observation. The basis of all plant movements is the fact that protoplasm of the plants is sensitive and responds to external stimuli and internal stimuli. That's all I have to say about what is plant movements. Now, I'd like to discuss the types of plant movements. There are two types of plant movements. Spontaneous, the result of response to internal stimuli and relatively independent of the environment, and the induced, the result of response to stimuli coming from outside the plant. Let's look now at spontaneous movements. The most common spontaneous movement is natation. This consists of a movement of the tip of a growing stem or other organ. Natation is most apparent in the stems and tendrils of climbing plants, but it occurs also in leaves, stolons, flower stalks, and roots. So much for spontaneous movements. Moving on now to the induced movements. The induced movements caused by external stimuli include trapeziums and nestic movements. In trapeziums, the direction of movement depends upon the direction from which the stimulus comes. Trapeziums are divided into four types: phototrapezium, geotrapezium, thigmotrapezium, and hydrotrapezium. We've looked at phototrapezium. Phototrapezium is usually a positive response to light that comes in greater intensity from one direction than another. The stems and leaves curve or bend toward the source of light. Turning to geotrapezium. The effect of gravity upon the direction of growth is termed geotropism. Two main types of response exist: negative geotropism, as in the upward growth of the shoot of a plant, and the positive geotropism, as in the downward growth of the root. My next point is thigmotropism. Thigmotropism is the term applied to growth movements made by plants in response to contact with a solid object. Most such movements are curvatures. They are more impressive in the tendrils, a modified leaf or branch of climbing plants, such as the plant families of pea, passion flower, grape, and gourd. Now, turning to hydrotropism, the reaction in which water acts as a stimulus to cause a curvature is called hydrotropism. This term is usually applied to the positive response or curvature of roots to a higher moisture content in the environment. I think that's all about the tropisms. Now, what about the nestic movements? In nestic movements, the direction of the movement is not related to the direction of the stimulus. Prominent among nestic movements are those brought about by response to light, photonesty, temperature, thermonesty, and touch, Tingmanasti. The changes in light and temperature that accompany the alternation of day and night are associated with various kinds of movements, especially in flowers and leaves. For example, dandelion, tulip, and crocus are open during the day or part of the day and close at night. Leaf movements are mostly photonestic. Flower movements may be either photonestic or thermonestic. Many flowers open with a rise and close with a drop in temperature. The best example of tingmanasti or response to touch are found in stamens and leaves. And of this, the movements of sensitive plant Mimosa pudica are the most striking. When this plant is stimulated by touch or shock, the leaflets fold upward and the main petiole drops. Thus, we can see that the basis of all plant movements is the fact that protoplasm of the plants is sensitive and responds to external stimuli and internal stimuli. And there are two types of plant movements. They are spontaneous movements and the induced movements. That's all the explanation about plant movements. Feel free for you to ask a question. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel. See you!